I'm here with Christian Hart, and he's got a concept here of Deathstroke meets Mad Max. How'd you come up with the idea?
I wanted to do Deathstroke, and I'm from the West, so I kind of grew up around a lot of, like, broken down towns, so I was trying to keep my Western kind of vibe with Deathstroke, because everybody was doing the same one, and I wanted to be different, do something like an original concept that's never been seen.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the cosplay problems is there's actually hundreds and hundreds of characters, but there's a few characters that everyone wants to do.
Everybody does,
and it's hard to be different. You know,
it is. Yeah, man.
So, how long did it take you to come up with the idea of the design?
I started the day I got home from Baltimore Comic-Con last year.
Okay.
I made this helmet because I wanted it to be more comfortable. Because last year I wore Doomsday, a big rock costume. It was awful. So, but my job is I do this full time. I make other people's costumes.
Oh, nice.
Full time. So when I work on their costumes, and then when I'm done, I jump over and work on my own stuff. Okay. So this is actually probably about a year in the making, just from getting sidetracked with other stuff. And oh crap, I gotta go back to my stuff now.
Right. And so is everything here, other than maybe the clothes underneath, is it all custom?
Yeah. This is all EVA foam, the chest. The fur I got from a dollar store. These I bought, though, actually.
Okay.
The grenades I bought.
Okay.
The axe is made, the knife was bought. But the armor, all this is all foam. So there's no weight to it. There's absolutely no weight, you know.
Well, that's great if you're going to be walking around the con all day, or even waiting around for the judging for the results.
Yeah, right.
And what draws you to Deathstroke? What is it you like about him as a character?
Of all the characters in DC, I can relate to him the most. Unfortunately, he's arrogant, and I tend to be, but I'm also the nicest guy ever. But just he had dad issues. I had dad issues. He's a martial artist. I've studied martial arts 4 years now. Okay. So I feel like a connection to him. Yeah. And when I read the books, I'm like, that's exactly what I would do if I was in there. So that's not a good thing because he's kind of a bad guy. I mean, he's a good guy, but he's a bad guy.
Yeah, like an anti-hero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He is now, at least. It changed.
Well, that's one of the nice things with comics is you can kind of find yourself in them. There's so many different characters and so many different ways to interpret the character.
Yeah.
So how long have you been designing it for other people as your main job?
A year and a half.
Oh, okay.
I went to a convention as a different Deathstroke, and then I started getting Facebook messages, and then I made an Instagram last year, and since then I constantly work about 3 orders, constantly, like full costumes. There's some here too. I don't think they're in this contest, but there's some of my costumes running around.
So in the last year, how many have you made then?
Oh, 30. 30 different costumes. A lot of Robins, very popular. A couple of Nightwings, a couple Scarecrows, all DC for some reason. I don't know.
So do you have any history in theater? How did you get into costume design in general?
As a kid growing up, Halloween was my favorite time of the year. Is one day a year to dress up, and I really like to dress up. I wanted to go into the movies, be a costume designer, and then as I grew up, every year, once a year, I would just make a badass costume. And then I found out about this, about cosplaying and conventions. I'm like, wait a second, I could have been going to these things with people like me, and what? I was just blown away. So I made a Deathstroke before, just a plain one, like a few years ago.
Yeah, with the amount of conventions we have just in the U.S., you could probably have Halloween every week if you wanted to.
Dude, I have friends that go to like every weekend. I'm like, how do you afford it? That is what they use their extra money on. You know, is to go to conventions and all that.
Do you want to promote your site?
Sure. Name's darkheart_, and that's on Instagram. So that's pretty much where everybody sends me messages for orders through.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Well, thanks for talking to me, and good luck during the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.